we wait on bated breath to see if the former president will be indicted on criminal charges for paying off a porn star to keep quiet about her affair with him. The Manhattan District Attorney Alvin Bragg is going to probably ask the grand jury to indict Donald Trump in the coming weeks. This week, maybe we're going to see what actual charges will be brought. However, this is one of many cases, but we'll go into why we think that indictments is coming and what kind of charges will be brought. We think it's coming because Michael Cohen, former fixer who basically did this deal with Stormy Daniels, who worked for Trump, is expected to testify before a Manhattan grand jury next week. That is this week. In fact, that was yesterday. A sign that prosecutors are poised to indict the former president for his role in paying hush money to a porn star, according to people involved in the matter. So it's a strong indication. Such offers almost always indicate indictment is close. Also, Trump has been offered to testify before the grand jury, and he could do so this week, but my guess is that not gonna happen.
No, he's like, it's spring break at Mar-a-Lago, so I'm just gonna stay down here, see if I can see any new boob jobs. Honestly, when you sent this, I thought maybe it was the Georgia case. Like, I'm starting to get all of the case. It's gonna be death by 1,000 sporks. Like, it really is. It's truly. It feels like Gotti and the taxes. Like, yes, of course, an indictment, and yes, for our beloved Stormy, I want it. But this thing won't go away. I mean, this was happening. I feel like this was a story pre him being elected.
Yeah, it was. I mean, it's actually don't really know. I can't remember the timeline because the only thing that I do remember before, obviously, is the grab 'em by the pussy tape, which happened the morning before. Oh, conveniently, DNC email leaks. But I think it was in his first few months.
Yes.
Here's my problem with the entire story, and we'll talk about what the charges could be. But my problem with it is $130,000, Megan. That's how much she was bought off for. 130. Now, I get it. You'd probably have to pay me nothing to keep my mouth shut if I ever had a one-night stand with someone as disgusting as Donald Trump.
I've gotten a club sandwich and a pat on the head. So, like, I'm honestly, well, and I guess this is the issue because he didn't have the money. Like, I'm shocked he even had that cash, but it's because he stole it from his campaign. So it's like, I bet Stormy was like, he has 130 grand. Okay, take it. Done. I'm not even countering. Like, my agents say, take it and run, cash the check immediately.
Exactly. Absolutely. Western Union now. No, good point. I'm just like, he's totally worth more. And to be silent on that, this is like while he was whatever, Melania was pregnant. I don't actually give a shit about that. What's up, Baron?
He didn't even know. He probably didn't even know she was pregnant.
Of course not.
We don't know that he's the father. And I say that about my own child. I don't know. Who knows? I mean, like, I believe him to be the father, but it's a lot of different. Once you realize that Mary was artificially inseminated by God, it's like a lot of options open up. I hope he's indicted. I don't know. It's like, I hope this isn't just the only one. Like, if it's going to be this one, like, can we just have them all too? Like, yes, he did try and steal the election in Georgia. So, like, let's get that one on the books. Like, I would truly like it to be just a smattering up and down the East Coast of, like, you can do a road trip of states that he's been indicted in. Right. Because
there'd be it can
like
be
a bar crawl.
A little too, exactly, a bar crawl, but of states that Trump's have been indicted in.
Absolutely.
But let's get into what it could be, because what is illegal about this? So the prosecutors have zeroed in on whether Trump and his company falsified internal records to hide that reimbursement to Mr. Cohen, the reimbursement, the $130,000 that he paid to Stormy Daniels, and hid it from the voting public.
Yes.
In New York, it can be a crime to falsify business records, but it amounts to a misdemeanor. To elevate it to a felony, prosecutors would need to show that Mr. Trump's intent to defraud included an intent to commit or conceal a second crime, which is like, what do you mean the second crime of continuing to rob your supporters blind? Like,
right.
send
world where like he's dumb that I'm like, oh, I bet he thought he was allowed to do this. So like that second one, like the malicious intent, his whole life is malicious intent. Like let's just go back to the day of his birth and go, okay, can we use that? But it's like he's so stupid that I bet he's like, yeah, Reagan paid off a porn star.
Yeah.
That's the whole reason you have campaign money. Like
I believe the
hate to
quote
believe
is,
that.
when you're famous, they let you do anything.
Exactly. And I mean, like in that snippet, he's actually not that wrong.
No.
So it just a misdemeanor is like, I'm not going to be able to even.
I just don't like that if he was convicted of that, a misdemeanor, like if you're a convicted felon, that just sounds like there's something robust about it. But if what are you convicted like misdemeanor or like a misdemizer? Like there's no, and also it's
Yeah.
the level of like not an unpaid parking ticket, driving with a
Right.
suspended license.
And
like
for
these are
all of this, for these years we're talking about, it is, I guess, I feel like one of the stupidest things he did was to turn on Michael Cohen. I know he probably felt like he had to because it was like, I got to throw somebody under the bus. But like the person who's your fixer, you ride with them till the end. Like he has clearly never watched a Real Housewives season. Like if someone has your dirt, you are like, no, that's my ride or die. That's my best friend. No, I think her hair looks great. Like you just have to, like Michael Cohen should have been vice president. Like he should have just given him whatever he wanted. It's like, you can't send your personal attorney to jail.
No, not at all. And not only that, but let us remember that currently Alan Weisselberg, the CFO of the Trump organization, former CFO, is in Rikers right now. Like, what are we talking about? So this is the thing with the so if all these fools have gone to prison, and by the way, max prison time, if you were convicted, I think of the felony, it's max prison time is 4 years. But prison time is mandatory if he is convicted. So here we have indictment, obviously, then there's the conviction, and then there's the sentencing.
Mm-hmm.
I believe that's how the legal system works.
Yes.
And
but it takes a while. It takes a while.
But it takes a very long time. So yeah, only 4 years, which I feel like, if he made us like call him president for 4 years.
Yeah, it's kind of a good trade. I think like it's shocking to me he's still alive. But now I'm like imagining him and they're not letting him have his hair and makeup person. And so like that might be worth it just to see what's going on, like what Orange is the New Black sort of eyebrows are actually peeking underneath all that.
What's going on, Frantifa? If you haven't already, subscribe to this channel right now. Hit that button. And also, you can become a patron and support the show every single week. Get access to bonus episodes and exclusive merchandise. Patreon.com/bitchuation room. Do it.